So in the previous session, I have covered this EC2 elastic compute. So we have created EC2, and in that we have uh, created a temporary directory, and then we have posted a website with the help of the EC2 directory. And in the today's session, let me cover this S3. So S3 is one of the AWS service. It is its expansion is simple storage service. And right now in this session, we will try to host. We will try to keep a website in this S3, and we try to access the website from this S3. So how to host a website with the help of the S3? So the procedure you need to follow here, I have summarized here. So to host the website using AWS S3, the first thing we need to do here is we need to create an S3 bucket. So while creating S3 bucket, it will ask us for the name of the S3 bucket, and afterwards we need to upload the files related to our website, and then you will be able to see the URL of the website, and then you need to set some properties. So anyhow, the first step you need to do here is we need to create an S3 bucket, and we need to upload the files of our website into this, and then we need to set some properties. Okay, let me show you the procedure. So let me first show you the simple website I'm about to host in the website in this AWS S3 AWS. So I am taking a simple website. So here I am just maintaining an email text AWS S3 bucket website hosting, and just below this there could be some image. So the procedure here is so to avail any services in the AWS, at first we need to log in into this AWS. So here you need to create first an AWS S3 account. Hope you have created. So this AWS service, so you can avail these AWS services for free up to some extent, and you can create the account and you can use it free for 1 year, I think. So try creating AWS account and use it. So it might be useful for you. So in the AWS website, in the top right corner, you are able to see sign into console. You click on this and log in into your account. So here in the top left corner of the website, you are able to see services. So you can click on this 3 by 3 dot matrix. So you can see all the services listed like this. So here now we are our requirement is we want to host the website in using this S3. So we need to search here for, so just beside the services you are having a text box. So here you search for S3. So when you type there S3, you are able to see here S3. So you click on this S3. So I have just shown you the website. We have these two files in our website. So if you want, you can get the pages from the maybe sample website from the site we have mentioned in the previous session, free CSS templates. So I have just a simple text, and just below that text I will be showing this image. So I will show this image just below the text. So I am trying to place this one now. So how to host the website? I am having only two files. So an HTML file, index.html, and I am having a folder images, and inside the images I have an image, a JPG image. Let me edit this. So we have written a simple HTML file. So I am just editing this. So I am just putting here a heading one. I am just giving a break. So I am writing a simple HTML file. You know the HTML file. So HTML file is having so in general HTML file might be having this start tag HTML, and this could be having head section. So in the head I have included a title, and then I have placed here a body section, and in the body I have kept just some heading 1, heading 2 tags and an image. So now I am about to host this with the help of the S3. So let me save this file. So this is my HTML file, and here I have an image A. So now the first thing you need to do here is, at first you search for the S3. So when you click on this S3, you are able to see this, and afterwards, so this is the S3 dashboard. So in the S3 dashboard, and let me tell you one thing. So here we are availing, this AWS is providing so many services. So you can manage them with the help of these AWS services. You can manage them with the help of either console or SDK. So SDK may be Java SDK, or you can use any other language concerned SDK. So managing the service with the help of the console means logging into this logging into this website, and searching for source of service, creating it, maybe working with it, and finally deleting it. So doing the create, so this kind of operations from the website, we call it as managing the service from. So something you are able to see here. So this is said to be console. Whatever we are viewing here in the AWS website. So this is said to be console. There is another way of managing the AWS services. So managing the AWS service So AWS services, you can manage them from in two ways. First one is from the browser. So in the browser, you just open the AWS website and there you search for the service and you do something. So it is AWS service management from console. And there is another way of managing the services. It is using AWS SDK. So here we have, so you can install any IDE like Eclipse, Visual Studio, Visual Studio Code. So likewise, you can install any IDE in your computer and from there, you can connect with the AWS services. You can access EC2, you can access S3, you can access RDS. So likewise, you can, and let me mention one more popular service here. So RDS. So when working with the relational databases, you can make use of this one. And there are no SQL related services also. No SQL services are also available here. One of them is DynamoDB. DynamoDB. In the same manner, there are so many other services. And in the AWS itself, there is an SDK called Cloud9. So from Cloud9 also you can access the AWS services, EC2, S3. So you SQS, you can access all these services from Cloud9 also. So AWS service management can be done through these two. So one from console and other from SDK. So console, managing the service using console in the sense opening the site in the browser and in the dashboard searching for some service and doing variety of operations on this. So it is management from the console. Managing the service from SDK in the sense maybe in your computer you install Eclipse, Visual Studio Code, or you can use Cloud9. There you can write a Java program or a C# program, and from there you will access these services. I will show that one also. Okay, anyhow, right now we are about to show this website hosting using AWS S3. So this is my Amazon S3 dashboard. So here you are able to see create bucket. So here we will create an AWS S3 bucket and we upload our files into this AWS S3 bucket. So to create the bucket, you click on this create bucket. Now, when you click on the create bucket in the next screen, you are able to see all these things. So you are able to see the next screen like this. So here it will be asking you for the region. So our region is this one. And next you need to give the name of the bucket. So make use of the dashes. So maybe underscore is not accepted here. So I am making the name of the bucket as AWS trial website 2. So you don't do anything here. So you just give the name of the bucket and you go to the down. You are able to see here in the bottom. So here you are able to see tag. So this tag is to identify, maybe for billing purpose, they make use of this identity. So you don't do anything here. You simply give the name of the bucket. So I have made the name of the bucket as AWS trial website 2. And in the bottom, you are able to see create bucket. You click on this create bucket. Now after successful creation of the bucket, you are able to see a message in the top like this. So successfully created bucket and then name of the bucket you have mentioned. So in the Amazon 3 S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now you are able to see. So in the Amazon S3 dashboard, now So here in the left hand side, in the Amazon S3 dashboard, in the left hand side, you are able to see buckets. When you click on this buckets, you are able to see in the right hand side the bucket we have created. So this is the bucket we have created. So when you click on this bucket created, you are able to see its properties. So when you click on this, you are able to see the properties related to the bucket you have created. So I have just clicked on so this is the bucket I have created. I have selected this radio button and just clicked on the name of the bucket. Now I'm able to see properties like this. So here we have several sets of properties: objects, properties, permissions, metrics, management, access points, like this. So in the objects tab, we have upload option. So here you can see the upload option. You click on this upload and then you see, so you click on this, when you click on this upload, you are able to see these options: add files, add folder. So with the help of these add files, you can upload the files to here. So you know that at the beginning I have shown you the files related to this one. I have an index.html file and I have a folder. So with the help of this, you can upload the individual files into this S3 bucket. And with the help of this add folder, you can upload the folder into this S3 bucket. So click on this add files. Then you are able to select here. Now it will be showing you a menu like this. Here you select the index file. So I have uploaded the index.html file to here. You can see the file uploaded here, index.html. So I have uploaded this by means of clicking on this add files. Okay. And the next thing we have to do here is from this index.html, in the index.html we have placed img tag. In the img tag we are referring an image, so that image is there inside a folder. So you click on this add folder and in the open dialog you select the folder to be uploaded. So I have placed the image in the folder images, then click on the upload. So it is telling that this will be uploaded to a folder whose name is images. So now you are able to see. So you select the name of the folder, then it will upload the content of. So here you are able to see the content of this images folder. You can see here. So it is of type image and whose type is JPG, and you are able to see the size of this file. So now we have uploaded the files into this one. So to host the website, just now I have mentioned these steps. The first thing you need to do here is you need to create an S3 bucket. So to host the website in S3, first thing we need to do here is we need to create an S3 bucket. So there you simply give the name of the bucket. So I have made the name of bucket as, so this is the name I have mentioned there. And afterwards you need to upload the files or folders related to your website. So I did that. And the next thing you can see here is in the properties of the HTML file, you are able to see the URL. So using that URL, you are able to so you can browse the website. So when you click on, you select this index.html. Okay, just a minute. So now With the help of this, and finally you can see here in the bottom upload. So with the help of the add files, you can add the files to here individually, and with the help of the add folder, you can uh, add the folder. And finally, in the bottom, you are able to see here a button called upload. So click on this. After this only, they get uploaded into S3 bucket. So after successful upload, you are able to see this alert dialog. Okay, now let me see my bucket. So in the left hand side, you are able to see these three lines. When you click on this, you are able to see a menu like this. So here you have buckets. You click on this buckets. So here I have the bucket created. You click on this radio button, then you click on this bucket. Now you are able to see this. So this bucket is having a file index.html and a folder images. So inside the images folder we have a.jpg. And next thing we have to do here is, so you click on the, so in the buckets we are able to see the bucket we have created. So when you click on this, you are able to see the files in it. So you click on this HTML file. So when you click on this HTML file, you are able to see its properties. And you look at here now, you are able to see here object URL. So this is the URL using which we are able to browse the website. So you click on this symbol. So it will just copy the URL. Now you paste the URL in the next tab. So in the next tab, you paste this. So now you cannot see the website here. Why? Because we need to set some properties. We need to make the files, and we need to do several. We need to make the files public. We need to do several settings, a few settings. So using the properties, I mean in the index.html properties, you are able to see. So this is my bucket. When you click on the index.html file, so these are the contents of the indexed bucket. When you click on the file, you are able to see its properties. And the properties, you are able to see object URL. So this is the URL using which we are able to browse the website which was present in the S3. So you copy this and paste in the next tab. So now you are able to see an error like this. You are not directly able to see right now. You need to do some settings. So right now we are able to see something like this. The next thing we have to do here is, so we need to set this property first. We need to enable this property, static website hosting. So you need to enable this property which is present in the bucket related properties. You need to enable this one first. So in the properties of the bucket, so in the bucket properties, we are able to see this. So there you need to set this property. You need to enable this static website hosting. So this is the bucket we have created. So in the properties of this bucket, so this bucket is having several properties, objects, properties, permissions, metrics, etc., etc. In the properties, when you click on these properties, you are able to see in these properties. So when you click on the bucket related properties, you are able to see here properties. In the bottom, you are able to see static website hosting. So you click on this, so here it is disabled. So the first thing you need to do here is, so you click on this edit. Now you are able to see these options. disable and enable. You click on this enable. So when you click on this enable, it will show you several other properties. So there you don't do anything, but you need to give here this property. So here you are able to see what is your index document. So it is asking us what is your index document. Index document means what is your start page of the website. So where our website is having a start page index.html. So you give the name of the start page index.html. So in the index document property, you need to enable this static website hosting, and then you need to give the index document. What is your index document? My index document here is index.html. So index document in the sense what is the first file. Then you click on the in the bottom you are able to see save changes. You click on this button. Now you are able to see after successful completion of this operation, you are able to see here an alert dialog like this: successfully edited static website hosting. And after this you need to set the next thing, and by default this bucket related property block public access. So this will be off by default. So in the bucket properties, so these are related to bucket. So in the bucket related properties we have set the previous one, and in the bucket related permissions we need to do this one. So under the permissions we are able to see block public access. So by default it is not allowed. Here we need to allow this one. So go to the bucket. So you click on this bucket, you are able to see the bucket created. Click on this radio button, click on this bucket name, and here now you are able to see permissions. So in the permissions you are able to see here block public access. You see here on means public access is blocked. Because of that you are not able to see the bucket. So here you are able to see edit. Just beside the block public access you can see here edit button. You click on this edit button, then you are able to see in the next screen like this: block all public access is checked. So you uncheck this one. So you uncheck the block public access, block all public access, and you click on this save changes button. Now it will show you next a dialog box like this. So it is asking us to confirm this setting. You type confirm in the text box. So you type here confirm, and then you click on this confirm button. So now this property gets saved here. You can see the message after successful completion of this operation, a message like this. And the next thing we have to do here is, so now we have completed these steps, and the next thing we need to do here is we need to make our files also public. So to make the files public, you select the files inside the bucket, and then you need to, under the permissions, once again you have another property called object ownership. So in the object ownership we have another property, we need to set that. Let me show you that. Actually in the buckets, so when you click, so you click on these are the contents of the bucket. So you click on this checkbox so that all files get selected. So just below this, you are just above this, you are able to see some buttons. When you expand these actions, you are able to see here some properties. So if you look at this one under the actions, there is an option called make public using ACL. We need to make the content of the bucket also public. So this is disabled by default. We need to enable this one. After that, when you click on this, it will be made public. So by default, it is not enabled. So you need to enable this one. To enable this one, you select the files and then you go to permissions. So select the files and go to permissions. And in the permissions, you are able to see object ownership. So here you have an option object ownership. So you click on this object ownership and select this edit. And right now you are able to see here ACLs disabled. So because of this one, the option there is not highlighted. Now you check this one, ACLs enabled. So when you click on this, it will be showing you some dialog boxes. And here you are able to see a message. I acknowledge that ACLs will be restored. So you click on this checkbox. You check this checkbox. And finally you click on this save changes. Okay. Now, so you have pasted the website URL. So where we can find the website URL? So in the bucket we have created, when you click on you can see the files here, and when you click on the HTML file, you are able to see the URL of the file. So we have pasted this URL. Simply we have copied this URL by clicking on this uh, symbol. So we copied this into this one. So now if you refresh this, okay, actually we have not made this public till now. So we have set that property, and then what you have to do here is, so you select the bucket. So you select all the files inside this bucket and go to actions, and now you are able to see this one enabled. So before object ownership property, these are disabled. This property is disabled. Right now it is enabled. Now you click on this one. So now it will show you something like this. To make the files public, you need to do, so which files? So when you click on this, it will show you a screen, the next screen like this. You click on this make public button. So we have made the, just a minute. So you select all the files, go to actions, click on this make public using ACL. Now you click on this make public. So now you go to this tab where you pasted the URL and you refresh. Now you are able to see the website. So, so I am giving this. So I have given this URL in the chat box. You can try this. So in this way, you can make any website. So in this way, you can make any website. So I have placed this URL in the chat box. You can click on this one so that you can see this website. So you can make your website available through AWS like this. So the things we have done here is, so at first we need to create the AWS S3 bucket. We need to search for AWS S3. There you need to create the S3 bucket, and afterwards you need to give the name of the bucket, and afterwards you need to upload the files. So you need to upload the files related to your website, and then in the index, in the HTML file, in the index.html file, you are able to see the URL. So with the help of that object URL only, you are able to browse the website. And then you need to set some properties related to this bucket. So in the bucket properties, you can see a property called static website hosting. So you need to, by default it is disabled. You need to enable this property. And while setting this property, it will ask you for what is your index document. So index document is the start file. So what is the home page for your file? You need to set that. And in the next step, you need to inside in the bucket properties, you can see permissions. So in the bucket permissions, you need to set this property. You need to allow this one. So there is a property called block public access. So you click on, you need to allow this one, and then you need to, in the permissions you have and the next thing we need to do here is we need to make the bucket files also public. So there we make the bucket files as public by means of using the object ownership in the permissions. So there actually we need to select the files. We need to select the files. So you have to select the files, and there you are able to see under the actions in the top, just you are able to see actions. In the actions you are able to see make public using ACL. So by default this is not enabled. So when you in the object ownership, when you enable this one, you are able to see this one. And when you click on this option, you are able to see. So in the next tab, you paste the object URL and you refresh this. Then you are able to see like this. So this is the website. So you can browse the website with the help of the URL we have mentioned there. So let me show you the same with the example we have got in the previous session. So in the previous session, we have actually a site, we have seen actually a site freecss.com. So in the freecss.com, you are having so many websites. Now I will take one of them and I will try to host this from my AWS S3. I will try to host this from my AWS S3. Okay, right now. So in this way I have made this. So let me create another bucket. So you go to this buckets. So now I will, so here we have in the freecss.com website. In the freecss.com website, we are having several templates. So I am taking this one now. So our, this is the website they have provided. So now we are able to see a website like this. So this is the default website, some free site which is available. Now we try to host this one in the S3 bucket. So you get all the files related to this one. So when you click on this website, So you are able to see these options. So now I want to host this website using S3 bucket in my AWS account. So when you click on this, you are able to see in the bottom two properties, download and live demo. So you right click on this and no. So as I want all the files related to this one, you click on this download button. So now, so it has downloaded the files of this one. So I have downloaded the files related to this one now. So this is the zip file that was downloaded. So I have downloaded all the website, all the files related to that website. So this is the zip file. Now this is the folder where all the files are residing. So I have this one now. So this is actually having an index.html file and there is another folder assets. And inside the assets, there are so many other files. Okay, anyhow, let me try this. So here we have our HTML file and there is a folder which is having some supporting files, this one. Now I'm trying to host this with the help of the AWS S3 bucket. So this is the previous one we have tried here, a very simple one. Just a simple text and h2 tag something and then the h3 tag we have placed some text and just below that we have placed the image. Now I am from freecss.com. I have downloaded a website related files and now I try to host this using my S3 bucket. You close all this. Now go to buckets. So to use S3 service, you can search for AWS S3 here. So when you search for this one, it will show you like this. So this is my AWS S3 dashboard. So in the AWS S3 dashboard, you are able to see here create bucket. So you click on this create bucket. Now it will ask me for the name of the bucket to be created. So I am giving here. So I have made the name of the bucket as AWS trial website 3. And here you don't set any other properties. And finally you click on the create bucket. So in the top you have to give the name of the bucket. You don't change any other properties and in the bottom you are able to see create bucket option. You click on this create bucket. Now after successful creation of this one, you are able to see a dialog box like this. Now when you click on this three lines, you are able to see the dashboard related to this one. So the menu like this. Then you click on this buckets, you are able to see the so this is the previous one and right now I have created this bucket. So AWS trial website 3, you click on this radio button and you click on this name of the bucket created. Now you are able to see the properties of this bucket created. And here in the objects, you have this property, you have this option upload. So you click on this upload. Now you are able to see these options, add files and add folder. So you click on this add files. So this is the one we have downloaded. So this is the index file. With the help of the, so this is my index file. So with the help of the add files, I am uploading this one index dot. I've added the index.html file to here. And with the help of the add folder, I will add the folder here. So here we have, so we need to select this one. So you please look after all the size of the files. Maybe it is free for some extent after, so I will tell you maybe in the next session how far it is free. So here the size of the files I am about to upload is 3.3 MB. So these are the files inside this. So I have uploaded, so now I have placed all the files here. And in the bottom now you are able to see the button upload. You click on this upload. Now it will be uploading the files. Please just wait. So now I am uploading the files. Okay, here I have uploaded the files of the website from the freecss.com here. So the first thing we have completed here, we have created the S3 bucket and we have uploaded the files into that one. And the next thing we need to do here is we need to enable the static website hosting. So we need to enable the static website hosting. So where we can find it? So you go to the buckets. So you click on the bucket created, and in the properties you are able to see static website hosting. So go to this static website hosting, and just beside this you have the option edit. So in the static, just beside the static website hosting, you are able to see edit option. Now you enable this one. So when you enable this, it will be asking you for the name of the start file. So you give here the name of the start file, and finally click on this save changes. Then the next thing we need to do here is we need to make the bucket public. So to make the bucket public, we have said these two. We have enabled the static website hosting, and we have mentioned what is the start document. And next is we need to make the bucket public. So to make the bucket public, we need to get into permissions. There we have the block public access. We need to allow that. So in the block public access, so in the permissions, you can see block public access. So you click on this edit just beside the block public access. So by default, this is checked. So you uncheck this one, and so you are able to see here the button save changes. Now it will ask you to enter. So it will ask you to type the confirm button, confirm, if you want to do this. So just by entering the confirm, I have made this public. And then the next thing we need to do here is we need to make the files of the bucket also public. So to make the files of the bucket public, we have to use this property. Select the files. Under the actions, you can see the option make public using ACL. So here to make the files of the bucket public, so you go to the buckets. So this is the bucket we have created. You click on this radio button, click on this one. Now you are able to see all the files. You click on this one, and then you go to the properties. You go to the not properties, permissions. So actually you need to make the files of the bucket as public. So to make the files of the bucket public, so you need to go to the bucket. There you select all the files. So just below the actions you have the, when you expand these actions, you are having this option make public using ACL. So this is the option which let us make the files of the bucket as public, but this is not enabled here. So to enable this one, what we have to do here is we need to get into permissions. Here we can see object ownership. So in the object ownership, you click on this edit. Now you are able to see here ACLs disabled. Because of that, this option is not highlighted. So now you click on this ACLs enabled, and just below these two you have the checkbox. You click on this checkbox, and finally you click on this save changes. Now you are able to see this one. So where we can see the URL of the website. So you click on this web bucket created. So in the properties of the index.html, you can see the object URL. You copy this URL by using this symbol. You paste this. Actually, we have not made it public. So just wait. So go to pub buckets. So you click on the bucket created. You select all the files. Go to actions. And right now it is enabled here. Make public using ACL. Now you click on this make public. Now these are made public. So we need to set here three properties. We need to enable the static website hosting. We need to make the bucket public. We need to make all the files inside the bucket also public. So now you go to this one. Now you are able to see the site. So in the chatting, I am giving you this link also in the chats. You can try this one also. So I have hosted the website using the AWS S3 bucket, which I have created here. Hope you have followed this one. So this is the website we have. You can see here the website. So this is the. You look at this URL. So it is having first the name of the bucket we have created. So it is the name of the bucket we have created, and this S3 we are using S3, so it is there S3, and this is the region we have mentioned here, and this one is common for all the AWS websites, amazonaws.com. Okay, this is common. So amazonaws.com is common for all, and here this is the name of, you look at, so this is the name of the bucket we have created, and this is the area region we have mentioned, and this extension is common, and this is the index.html. So you can see the website which was present in free CSS that I have brought into my AWS S3 bucket, and now I have posted this from my AWS S3. In the same manner, you can create your own website, and you can place all the files into your S3 bucket, and you can make them public. Maybe if possible, if there is any time, I will show maybe in the next session how to host the our own website. Actually, we need to cover some other. So you can make use of this one. There is a website called Namecheap. So here you can buy. So you can buy here the domain, and so this is one of the provider which is this is one of the website which is providing us domains. Here you can buy the domain. You can place the website related files in maybe AWS, I mean maybe GitHub, and you can make them available. I mean you can host the website with the help of the domain you purchased here. So it is also possible. So right now we have mentioned one of the option. So in the previous session I have mentioned how to host the website using AWS EC2. In AWS we have created EC2, and in that we have hosted the website. So we have seen the procedure in the last session, and in this session we have seen how to create the S3 bucket, and how to upload the files into that, and how to make that website in the S3 available to all. So I have mentioned in the chat box two URLs. From there you can access the websites I have placed in the S3 bucket of my AWS account. Okay, thank you. In the next session, I will, so maybe while working with DBMS labs, you might have done something like maybe in the general BTech curriculum, you might be having DBMS lab. So in the DBMS lab, you might have used Oracle. So to set up the Oracle, you need a Windows server, and in the Windows server, you need to install Oracle server. There you need to create a database, and there you need to create some users. You have to do all these settings. All these might be very costly. Instead of doing this, how can we do the same using the AWS? So in the AWS, you can depend upon the RDS service. So in the RDS service, you can create RDS service, and in that you can create a database, and you can connect to that with the help of, maybe here you might have used it from the client. In the desktop versions, you might have used this one, SQL Plus or SQL command line. You might have used them to connect with the Oracle Server database. So instead of doing like that, how we can do the same from AWS or AWS? So in the AWS, you can create RDS service. In the RDS service, you can create the database, and just like SQL Plus, you can install the MariaDB, and from that you can connect with this RDS, or you can also make use of the desktop clients. So you can install the desktop client, maybe Visual Studio. You can use that, and from there you can connect with the RDS database. So I will try to cover in the next session this one, how to create the RDS database, and how to create the RDS database, and how to connect with that from MariaDB and SQL desktop client. I will cover this in the next session. Thank you. Let me hand over the session to the organizer, Dr. Kiran Kumar garu. Thank you. Hello, sir.